It's the value. That's where all the money and all the work goes through. I think it's important to like photograph that because I mean everyone that does this has their own, like, and we all personalize things like this. Like I have a scale, and on my scale there's like a bunch of stickers. Not to say that I'm like, but scale. Everybody got scale, right? We all bake. We can hit the next photo unless you got a question.
Well, now let's go to the next one. Let's go to the. It's speaks for itself.
Peep the house slipper though.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. It's regular. Come on, DJ.
So just speaking about also, you said that you put down the digital camera, so everything that you shoot nowadays is film.
No, hell no, bro. I shoot Rico and I shoot with a Leica. I shoot with a Hasselblad. I mean,
What
whatever.
was most of the photos in the book? What would you say is shoot like shot on film, digital? I mean,
Rico. Most of this book was made on Rico.
Oh,
I do have a bunch of photos that are filmed, but like most of it was Rico because any film camera I have, it wouldn't be able to get as close as I wanted it to. My Rico has a great macro mode, so
to really get all the details.
Yeah, this is super blown out, but this is a photo of mushrooms. I think that's like a quarter pound of mushrooms on top of a pound of bud.
So before we go to the next one, just speak about, from your perspective or the research that you've done, the benefits of mushrooms, just so for people that might not be familiar.
If you're unfamiliar, let's see, where do we start? Focus is one of them. One of the like illest benefits. If you have like a crazy to-do list or you're task oriented or you want to be task oriented, that is the shit for you. That will change your productive or your productivity level instantly. Um, I would say another benefit that I found was a decrease in anxiety, like a severe decrease in anxiety. When I was, I guess, coming into my own with making photos or finding my voice, what I realized was I had a hard time, I guess, quantifying being in the street and having a camera and feeling like I just stood out. When I would microdose, I just didn't think as much about that. I was more so paying attention to what was happening and then being more in tune with my environment rather than like being more in my head about what am I doing and you know who's that guy with the camera.
It just helps you kind of flow, and that's with the
Absolutely,
microdose.
absolutely.
So just by a show of hands, like who here has done mushrooms before?
Hey,
Okay.
would y'all agree?
Or even with that being said, with the hands that were shown, which have microdosed rather than take like a whole eighth or something like that.
Yeah, see, I like that. I like that. I like that. Same hands.
Exactly. So we talking to an advanced group
That's right.
of people who understand the benefits of using mushrooms and also relating it to an artistic form. You know. So let's go to the next photo. Yee. Some more mushrooms.
That's right.
So
Handful.
let me ask you, because actually I think you actually are the person who helped me realize this. But I guess there's different types of mushrooms. And what's going on here? Is it like multiple types, or even just speak about the different types of mushrooms and what causes them to be different types?
I mean, it's just like weed, bro.
Yeah.
Like you go to any dispensary, they'll give you their menu and they'll talk your ears off about properties and shit like that. It's the same thing with mushrooms. Different strains, they have increase or decrease in different properties. Most of the time, across the board, you're still gonna get the same microdose effects benefits. But when you're dealing with more serious doses, that's when it really comes into play. So there are mushrooms that are for real personal trips, like things like golden teacher. There are ceremonial mushrooms, like there's one called hawatla, I believe. That's one that's probably for like real deep introspective trips, like say going having a moment with yourself. There are also, I mean, there's so many,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
There's so many.
I didn't know there was so many. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be honest. I did not know.
the
But when you
names are
put it like
crazy as
that,
hell
as
too.
far as strains, it makes more sense. And different strains as far as weed is concerned,
Mhm.
more THC or things of that matter.
So yeah, there are mushroom strains that are way more potent than others. I mean, pardon the funny name, but like you got penis envy, which is like insane. It's a big ass mushroom, and even taking a part of it is like one penis envy is like two or three of any other strain.
Yeah. So there's a lot of strains out there.
Yeah.
Just got to do your research or ask Wes. But let's go to the next picture. Some more mushrooms.
think
And
this
this is
gets shroom
just
heavy.
another. Is this the same location?
Yeah.
Okay, so same trip. We could go to the next one. And if there's anything that that stands out about each photo in particular to you, or why it might be special to you, or why it might stand out to you, you know.
Oh, yeah, it is in color. I couldn't resist. Honestly, so that's I guess that's a talking point, yo. Every mushroom strain has like a different grow, different color palette, all of that. I was at the harvest spot, and these were packaged up, and I was like, damn, yo, they look so good in the light, man. So I had to get this color in photo. Rare, very rare.
The different colors of mushrooms.
I'm actually fronting, guys. Most of this in color, yo. I just turned it black and white
Yeah,
for
let's go
y'all.
to the next one. Yeah. All right, so talk about this. This
Yo,
is he
so this
laying
was,
down?
yeah. This
Yeah.
was post harvest, just taking inventory, and I was like, "Hey, yo, man, fuck it. You got all this stuff on the floor already. Just lay right there." And he had that jar that you just went past a couple photos ago. That's the same jar. That's like the personal jar,
Yeah, it's a lot going on in that photo.
bro. You see it.
Yeah, this is dope. I like this photo.
Appreciate that. Nah, I didn't. He does. You see that? Germinate, isolate, inoculate, cultivate. The process.
So can you grow mushrooms in your house? Is that a thing or?
Yeah, mushrooms are like the easiest thing in the world to grow, and they're fast.
So how does it become? I guess the difference between mushrooms that you buy in the supermarket. You know,
Strains, bro. That's
strange.
genetics. It's not like you just like put something in the ground or nothing like that. That's just genetics.
That's what's up. Yeah, there's a lot I don't know about mushrooms. I'm gonna keep it 100. I know a little bit more about weed, but
It was funny. I know a little bit more about mushrooms than I do about growing bud, which is crazy.
yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, I had to make a cameo.
Whose cat is that?
That's BB. BB, the guardian, protects all the work. Got the craziest attitude, yo. Hates me.
Let's go to the next one.
This is right before a harvest. So I spent, I think, like 3 or 4 hours with this fool plucking all of these bags. And I would say that's like one of my favorite folders of work too. I shot that uh some on what is it? The Texas Leica, the Fuji 690. Yeah, I shot some on that. Shot some with my M6, and then everything else was with the Rico, bro. But that was like my biggest load of photos. It's a good day. Damn, maybe I was smart. You might not see a face. This is another Rico photo. I just liked it because of the motion blur and dropping. Um, harvest. So when you harvest mushrooms, I guess something to talk about in this. These are freshly plucked, so they're not dehydrated yet. When mushrooms are dehydrated, they lose like 90% of their weight and size. So I believe these are penis MV. They start off like this, but they get really fucking small. This is payroll. People got to get paid.
So, you know, as far as like the monetary aspect of it, where are we? I guess you could say with, how they have the legalization of weed.
Mhm.
Where are we right now? I guess with the legalization of mushrooms and psychedelic drugs.
Bro, I get like 2 years before where you go to buy weed is where you go to buy mushrooms. And that's just like being generous. If you pay attention to what's going on outside, you'll see that there's a very big push for psychedelics going on, from the news to branding to, dude, I got sent a photo of Nike, ads, or not ads, but mannequins like outside the Nike store. They had a Nike with a mushroom right in the middle, and the sneakers were mushroom themed too. So if you pay attention, you know that it's a big shift
Could be in
coming.
there.
Exactly. I'm trying to just be ahead of it because I see how things are shifting. We done lived through so many different booms, and I hate to think about it in a monetary sense, but it's beneficial for people, and it's not like the government's going to tell you you can't grow this.
Yeah.
So,
Because we all see what's going on with weed,
mhm.
cannabis, marijuana.
Yep,
At one point, it might have seemed impossible for it to be something that would be legalized.
bro.
I remember getting arrested for like a seed, you know, and
Bro,
how long we've and how far we've come with the legalization of marijuana.
I got.
So with psychedelics, that could be on the horizon, or
You know
you
what's
know,
funny? You just said something I want to talk on. Um, I think me getting so deep into this lifestyle of work, it's like my revenge, bro. When I was 19, I got arrested for 2 grams of weed. Yo, they ran my pockets for like 4 racks through like the court system, plus a lawyer and all that shit. It's a horrible, horrible thing they do to kids, bro. It's pretty fucked up. I'm glad we like moving away from that.
yeah. Now
But
you
this is
got
definitely my revenge. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's only right. And when it comes to weed too, you got like you know soccer moms from around the country with like weed brands and on Instagram with like buckets of weed
yep. Yo,
when
have
there's
you
people still
seen?
sitting in jail for
Have
like a gram of weed, an
bro?
ounce
Have
of
you
weed or
heard of the
something.
monastery of nuns that grow weed?
Never heard of that. The monastery of nuns that grow weed.
You should look that shit up. It's kind of crazy.
So yeah, but that speaks to the evolution of the legalization and the global acceptance of weed in a monetary scale. It could be just as accepted as mushrooms, and people can actually benefit from it in a
Yeah.
monetary way. I mean, people already are, but in a legal way.
Let's call it medicine, not drugs.
Medicine. We're gonna use the word medicine for the rest of the day. But let's go to the next.
Yeah, I just tried to put a whole motley crew of shit in this folder. But yeah, this is payroll too.
Yeah, this looks like a shot from a movie. You know,
You see what my
Fact.
point, man. We gotta see more things like this. You gotta desensitize the mind, yo. We get confused thinking that a little bit of money is a lot of money. Like that's not a lot of money. Granted, that might be like $15,000 to $20,000, but that's not a lot of money. That's people getting paid for real. Like that only goes to the workers, and maybe like 30% he keeps.
I mean, it might be better if it just stays tax free.
Facts. The
you
streets
know?
always gonna win, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go to the next one. More payroll.
All right, my bad, dog. Yeah, I get it. Money.
But you know what it is? It just feels like I'm on a journey with you. You know what I mean? That's what the photography is doing. And they say a picture is worth 1,000 words or more.
Hey, yo, peep them scratch offs.
You know,
We still trying to get
still
more
got to get
money
the
on
scratch
top of
off.
money, all right? Ain't never enough.
Facts. But let's go to the next one. I'm on this journey with you right now.
We halfway
I'm at
there.
the drop off spot. You know. So what's going
So
on here?
every time we get together, I mean, of course we smoke, but it's like a different type of smoke rather than being by yourself. It's more of a communal thing with the homie. And he's probably one of the more meticulous people I know. So from keeping notes for himself, a whiteboard. This guy's got a whiteboard about half the size of this psych wall. He's serious about his to-do list and his day-to-days. So every time we sit and smoke, he's like, "Yo, what you want to smoke?" Indica's sativa high. But I'm like, "Bro, just give me high."
Yeah. Now let's go to the next one. Shout out to the flavors and the different strands. I remember at one point smoking weed. You just took whatever
Dour.
they had. You know what I'm saying? And now you can
Yeah.
actually
How many of y'all smoke piff?
some real piff,
How old are we?
some uptown piff.
This is the harvest room, but it's also like it's like where we keep everything else too. So this is him prepping. I guess like a cell. You might get a face in here.
Yeah, let's go to you go to the next one. I feel like we just on the journey with you right now. You can let the pictures and the photos speak for themselves almost,
For sure.
because
I'm a smoke.
that's what good photography is. It's just photography just speaks for itself. But yeah, we can go to the next one.
Hefty bags.
And also, I'm assuming this is a farm, like a huge farm. Or it's not even a huge farm.
It's not huge, but it is a farm. Couple floors and a home.
This is like your glimpse into the lifestyle. You know,
Yo, there's one photo I wanted to add, and I'll just describe it to y'all. Um, so my homie just had a kid recently. One of the coolest photos I can't share with y'all in this space right now, but I'll show it to y'all personally. He took most of that stack and put it next to his kid's head and said money phone. It's the hardest picture I got, yo. I swear to God.
yeah, that's a brick.
Yo, the kid can't even say mama or dada yet.
But he got the money phone.
For sure. Boxes. So it's a double entendre with this. For people in the business, a box is 100 pounds. So it's a box.
This is 100 pounds.
Fuck no.
Oh,
It's like 12.
oh wait, no.
But in terms of like when you're speaking, a box is 100.
Oh, okay. So it's about a quarter box. Almost.
Word.
If we go to the next one.
Yeah, I had to put the cover shot in there. This is like my favorite photo of BB. She looking real mean because she is mean, but she protect that green.
But I'll say it just seems so natural. Like you said, you want people to be almost you said desensitized and kind of just normalized. So this is just showing you just chilling in the crib,
Yeah, I think it's even cooler. Like, I mean, I don't get to see my work this big. For what it's worth, this is like the largest I've ever seen one of my photos. But it's all in the subtle details, you know. I think what's going on in the background is more interesting than the foreground. Like, why you got a chocolate in the photo, bro? You know, like, and I framed it up like that because it's just the normalization of it all. Like the fact that this is going on in like average, neighborhoods type shit. Not even just in ghettos, bro. You'd be surprised.
just a normal thing. You're just in the living room, just chilling with the cat.
In
You
the
know,
burbs.
facts. So you go to the next one.
These are more packs. I think these are small pounds. Pounds of smalls, I guess you could say. So the way we package, I guess, or separate things is between small nugs, colas, and then like mid sizes. Colas are really big nugs, and then mids is like what most people are used to in ounces, you know. And then smalls are for people that's trying to save money. Like me, I love buying smalls. What? Them shits is
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah, yeah. Yes, I like that. So it's another one in color.
Yo, I found this yesterday. This is from 2020, man. I didn't even know I had this shit. I would have put it in the book. This is these are albino Louisiana, I believe, and that's like these are fresh out of the dehydrator.
So those are just like freshly plucked.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Freshly plucked and freshly like dried up, so like they're ready for consumption.
Let's go to the next one.
Siamese shroom.
Siamese shroom.
Yeah.
So this.
Sometimes they'll like grow like that if they're really close.
Oh, okay, okay.
They'll bind.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's nature right there.
Damn, I totally forgot about this folder, yo. I found this shit yesterday. Like, oh snap, yo, I got all this work.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about archiving your work in the correct way. You just go back, and things also could sometimes mean more to you later on.
Yeah, that's
You know,
very true.
I like that though. Let's go to the next one. That's really nature right there.
Yo, BB is mad gentle with the shrooms, but real dominant on everything else. Like you see her just like standing on top of the Tupperware.
It's like your sidekick worker, the your helper,
Yep.
emotional support. You know. Let's go to the next one.
Ton of shrooms. If you guys don't understand by now, I think y'all should just try it once. Give me a call. I know a guy.
So, uh, are these all different types of shrooms, or
These are one strain. They look like penis envy.
yeah, that's dope.
What
Let's
a
go.
name, right? It's a crazy ass name.
I mean, penis envy is. Well, I actually did research after you told me about it one time, and it's because the top
Yeah.
is shaped. The top is shaped like a penis, so they
Yo,
call
so
it
if y'all
penis envy.
don't know, if you've never heard, mushrooms are nature's penises. So all jokes apply.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
No pause.
No pose. So it's just like an incubation.
Yo, so this is probably one of the first few photos I took at the beginning of it all. So we don't grow like this anymore. This is like our first setup in the first room. Um, and I was like, yo, bro, you know what? Just stand in front of all your kids, man, and let me get this shot. I gotta resend him this shit because we've grown so much since this. We went from like 2 or 3 different places now, and like we have farms on each coast. So I think it's really cool to see what it started out like.
You're documenting in the process, documenting the life.
for sure.
Yeah. And the growth. Facts. Let's go to the next one. So this the last one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is just a cleanup process. I wish we could see this a little bit better, but what's cool is mushrooms turn blue when you rub them. Some shrooms turn blue, so you can see some blues at the bottom where they're getting clipped at. Yeah, those are the blues.
They turn blue. What causes them to turn blue?
Hmm?
What causes them to turn blue?
Bruising. So if
Oh,
you
okay,
touch them
okay.
a lot, they'll start turning blue. But it's not a bad sign. It's a good sign.
But- So yeah, so those photos are just like you said, you want to normalize, you want to just bring people into your world, you want to document, you want to create art. And that's what a lot of that photography was, and that's what a lot of photography is here in the book. So so we talked about the benefits in the community and how you feel about drugs in the community. Well, the medicine. Is there anything else you want to touch on in particular as far as medicine is concerned, or just some awareness you want to put out there, or any words of wisdom about
Words
the
of
medicinal purposes?
we would all be better if we all took a microdose at the same time.
Microdose.
The exact same time. I'm pretty sure everybody would understand everyone a lot better. Conversations would be a lot cooler too.
So let me ask you this: how is the microdose versus? I've spoken to people,
The macrodose
heard people. Yeah, the micro versus the macro.
is
You know.
totally different. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I take more than like a gram of mushrooms, I'm like the laziest person on the planet. Mushrooms is super heavy for me. So yeah, I gotta do nothing. Like the last time I took an eighth, I was in Palm Springs in the middle of like a heat wave, bro, and I just sat my ass in the pool, because what else is there to do but cool the fuck down. But nah, usually I'm microdosing because that's how I get shit done.
So the microdose allows you to still be productive.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the misconception about weed too. People who smoke weed too, you know, that you can't get stuff done when you smoke weed or when you consume.
Yeah, that was the first thing you got to overcome. I feel like if you're a creative or you're an entrepreneur and you happen to smoke, you got to get over the idea of the lethargic feeling, I guess you could say. You gotta get your ass in productive mood.
Yeah. So even as you just mentioned, being an entrepreneur, talk about just self-publishing the book, that process, and how you feel about it moving forward.
Well, I'm definitely gonna keep self-publishing, at least until I'm capable of like having a good conversation with a publisher. Um, Making the book was fun. I wish I remembered to put the dummy books in my backpack because it started out as like a real small handheld book with like maybe like anywhere between 40 to 60 photos, 4x6, just pasted on each other, cut up, taped up, glued up. Like this is a real at home job. But that test book is what inspired me to really like go hard for this one. The first sample that I got, it was like 60 pages, and I promise you that thing was thinner than like a small stack of 20s, bro. Like 10 20s. It was mad thin. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't put a product out here like that and it'd be small and like kind of like bite size. Let's say a bite size book. I hear that like people are calling this a zine all the time, but I feel like technically it's a book. It's like 100 and something pages, 162 pages. Um, there was no pressure. It was just fun. It was something that I thought didn't exist already. So I said, fuck it, let me try. Um, I really like making test books, bro. Like I just took a photo the other day realizing that I had like 10 test books in my room. I'm like, why do I only have 2 books out right now? So
So that actually leads me into my next question. in the digital era, in the era of social media, in the era of NFTs, where NFTs are largely in part digital assets, and these are not things that you can tangibly touch. Speak about being, or just speak about putting out tangible things in a digital world, where that might not be as conventional in 2022 as it was back in the day, but you still here, we have a tangible item.
I
So
can
to
give
speak
you
about the,
I can give you an example. Um, people could come up to you and say, "Yo, I saw that post." How does that feel? Does it fill you up? Kinda. Uh, Shout out to Carlos. He had me in a show recently. Um, I had some work up, and one of my friends pulled up on me. Yo, dude went in his backpack, right? He unravels a flannel, pulls out my book, and bro, that book looked beat to shit. Like it looked crazy, but it was still intact. And he was like, "Yo, I bought the book because you ain't signed it, and I wanted your signature." Yo, I almost cried. Nah, you laughing, bro. I'm serious. Like that feeling is kind of incomparable, bro. I've sold mad shit in my life, mad prints, bunch of books, but for somebody to bring me back something that I made, weathered, lived through, and they still find it valuable. There's nothing comparing to that. I don't give a fuck about an NFT, bro.
yeah, because especially in 2022, everything is digital. It seems like it's not as many people, as far as artists are concerned, are still putting out physical things. Or maybe this doesn't feel like that from my perspective. It might be different from you guys' perspective. But the tangible aspect, I feel like the tangible aspect is important, especially as an artist in 2022. That's how you separate yourself from the people who's just having fun on Instagram. And as an artist, we're just used to hair or look, or it's like something bigger than just a digital screen. You know what I mean? So I just think it's important to continue to put out tangible things as an artist, especially as a photographer, so people can see your work in a different light other than just on a digital screen. You know what
Nah,
I
I
mean?
agree. A good friend once told me a photo isn't finished till you holding it. So I mean, it kind of go the same way with books. I mean, or compilations of work. Even if it comes down to like a portfolio, a lot of people bring like screens to a portfolio review, but when you bring prints, people look at you a little bit different. It's just a different reception. I guess I'm kind of old school in that sense. Like I like touching shit, bro. So I'm gonna just keep making things.
Well, even in regards to being old school, I think that in 2022 we have to mix the traditional ways with the new age technology.
I agree.
So you're putting out a physical book and you're gonna promote it on Instagram. So that's like mixing
Hmm.
the classic old school quote unquote way and Instagram, the 2022 version of communication. You know what I mean? So
Word.
that's just mixing the two. But I think tangible items, and for all the artists and all the photographers out there, I think tangible items are very important in the digital age. So shout out to Wes for that. You know,
Print your photos.
Hey, word. A
I'm talking
picture
to
isn't
you
finished until it's printed,
for sure.
until it's in your hands.
You gotta hold that shit,
You know, I like that. I like that because I'm kind of over the internet right now. I'm
bro.
speaking for myself,
You
but
Polaroid PV, all your shit is tangible, bro.
that's the beautiful part about just tangible things,
I
and that's
feel it.
why I think I appreciate this book even more. You know, so like you said, you have a whole bunch of test books. Um, what's the plans for the future as far as continue to put out books and just in the future as an artist, and how do you look at your art? Is it just what you're feeling in that moment, or do you like to create collections of things? So
Uh,
the first question, how do you feel about art, and do you like to create collections of things rather than just one-offs and stuff like that? Because like you said, you had a whole bunch of test books, so I'm just speaking in reference to that, to the
Uh,
test books.
my first book was called Shadowboxing Volume One. So I guess I got to keep doing going at least like one or two more, right? I do have an idea for a next book, but I also got like idea for like five more books. If I'm being honest about what I want to do, I kind of want to be on some like '08 Wayne shit, bro, and drop like 4 or 5 books back to back. But let's wait till the capital is there for that. You know, um, in terms of working in collections, I guess I don't think in that sense to start, but when I do sit down and I see it all, it's a different type of conversation. I tend to see what photos could go with what, here and there. I just made a folder on my computer called mixtapes, is because I feel like these are kind of like mixtapes, bro. Like this, even the presentation that I came up with, this shit is just like it's a little bit different. So I just want to keep on doing things I feel comfortable and different and fun. Like I have a ton of ideas I'm probably going to execute throughout the next year, 2 years. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. So now we're gonna get to a few questions. If anybody out there has questions. Also, do y'all mind the light being off? Should we turn it on? What you want to do? Because we turned it off for the projection.
yeah, we could turn the lights back on. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, let's turn the light back on real quick. All right, there we go. So yeah, so now we could turn into the audience. Thank you all again for being here, and we can see if we got any questions in the audience. I know you had a question.
I'm lazy. If you know me, you know I don't want to do shit, bro. However, I'm just compelled by seeing new things. I guess I like routine, even though I hate routine. I'm complicated. Um, I just want to be 1% better every day. I guess that shit adds up over time. I'm not complicated. I think I think it's pretty simple. Make things that make me happy. Any other questions?
One day at a time, 1% each day. I like that.
Oh man, bro, if you had any idea what I consistently shoot, bro, you'd be crying in that seat. It's not even like by force. It's just, I have relationships with some folks. Like I'm in my neighborhood, they know me as like the cameraman, so I can't help but photograph them, especially if the light is hitting, bro. Man. It's this one dude I would say like he and I have a interesting relationship. I call him Primo. Every time I see him and every time he see me, he lights up. He's like, "Yo, take a picture of me. Like, let me get a picture. Let me get a picture." Every time, like without missing a beat. Late, early, it don't matter. I think that's like my favorite person to see outside, bro. It's wild. He's so happy when he sees me too. I think we even though we just connect over the camera stuff, like that means a lot in the grand scheme of people walking past you all the time. So I think that's one of my favorite things consistently.
Yeah, so you literally probably take a photo, at least one photo every single day.
Mm, I miss some days.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm lazy, bro. Like if I can, if it's a reason to not get out of bed, bro, I'm not going far. But even on some of those days where I don't want to do shit, it's like I'll just put the tripod up, connect the shutter release, soft shutter release, and just take like a self portrait or something. You know,
just try to make something every day, make a photo every day.
keep your sword sharp.
Yes. Keep your sword sharp.
Wes, I have a question for you. So when you're organizing your, you talked briefly earlier about organizing your components,
Mhm.
and you do a series called like the mixtape.
Mhm.
Can you explain a little bit more about like how you process like I guess your set of mixtapes?
Um, I don't know. All right, so I'll just like I'll make a folder. So like say for instance Coney Island, like we did a couple days out in Coney Island together. So Coney would be like one tape of its own, where it's like instead of it being just like all the madness of Coney Island, I kind of honed in on one specific thing. So like that'll be a tape. I if I'm feeling romantic, bro, I'll go photograph flowers, fam, and I'll call that a project of its own too. I just it's an extension, you know, like the camera's an extension. So whatever I'm feeling like, good, bad, and different, you know, we here for it. Um, I
And
guess let me think. I feel like there's a better answer too for categorizing all of it. It's just seeing it, liking it, and saying this might go well with that, or this fits better here, like things like that.
So you do also print your work as well too.
Yep, yep. And what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I print and I just throw that shit on the wall and it'll be a mess for a day or two, and then I look up and then everything is organized, like paired up. You know, it happens.
so kind of just like shoot first, ask questions last
Yes.
type of thing.
Think later, I
And then
guess.
it comes together later
I've
once you.
gotten I've gotten to the point where I don't see my work really fast anymore. So I'll probably shoot through a month or two and then plug my memory card in. I kind of stopped wanting to care, you know, like I see it, I like it, just click, you know, treat digital like film sometimes.
Yeah. And it just you just revisit it later. I know. I think with that being said, in the digital era, it just makes you feel like you got to keep up, catch up,
Yeah.
post every single day. As soon as you shoot it, you got to post it. You know what I'm saying? But you more
I
so
feel
just
like we all
enjoying the
had that
process.
feeling, you know. Like at one point or another, we all have that feeling where it's like, yo, somebody gonna love to see this shit. Uh, but I had to get comfortable with saying, you know what, I'm gonna just sit on that. I'm just hold that, put that there. And then there's even better days where I don't think about it, you know, like it's just get the shot and check for it later. But there's some stuff where I'm just like, damn, now I gotta see it. You know, I can't do that for film anymore. I just tend to stack rolls now, but I'll see it when I see it.
Those are the ones that we're gonna be back here for talking about in another book. You know what I'm saying?
Soon,
Like
soon.
for the next book, the next edition. But I think that's important, especially as an artist in 2022. Fast pace in the digital era.
It's
Exactly. It's just as an artist, especially instead of just you know over overthinking and over analyzing, you just shoot what you love
yeah,
and get back to it at a later date.
definitely, man. Just focus on. I mean, depending on what you do. I mean, me, I just treat this shit like a paintbrush most days, man. And if the sun is hitting how I like to see it, then make something. I was just looking through some stuff recently, and I found a day where it was literally just because of the sun. Like, fuck the subject matter. Like, I'm so happy the sun is hitting like this, you know. And I think that's important too.
Just in living in the present, enjoying the present. I think that's important as an artist in 2022 to just have that state of mind, and to the other people who may be going through the same thing or similar feelings of they just want to chill and be present. That other artists are going through the same thing, doing the same thing, and just enjoying the moments. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's what Dubsack is about. I feel like you're just enjoying the moments, enjoying the
With
days.
my people. You
just
know,
documenting. You know what I mean? Just documenting everyday life. Shoot first, ask questions last. Is there anything else that you want to add before we get up out of here? Another question?
Carlos got a question.
So I really like, the quotes in the book too. I feel like they're really important to add like context to the words as well. Um, and I know, MF Doom is one of like your biggest inspirations or influences. So I wanted to ask you, what's the like most important lesson you learned from Doom?
Always all caps. Nah, what I learned from Doom is to just be as true of you as possible, and people gonna fuck with it or they won't, you know. And I think that's is in its truest form in Dubsack. Um, yeah, nah, you either gonna fuck with it or you won't. But it's the truest me that I can give you. Next to the street photography or like a bunch of self portraits or some shit like that. This is really like a part of my life, and it has been for a good large part of my life. So yeah, nah, shout out to Doom for encouraging others to be themselves, regardless of what's going on outside of themselves. Facts, rest in peace. But he ain't gone as long as I'm here. Any
Long
other
live MF
questions?
Doom through the homie West.
Word.
Yeah, I was just looking through the book. So yeah, if y'all haven't had a chance to check out the book, y'all can check out the book, or y'all can also purchase the book over here to my right.
Yeah,
We also have some,
we got microdose options, some capsules, some gummies. See me later.
and if y'all got any questions about psychedelics, this is the man to ask.
Yo, thank you for having me. Dom, thank you for having me. PV.
Are we gonna do a quick flick?
Oh, PV, yo. Thanks for the conversation, bro.
Word up, word up.
A
Shout out to
pleasure.
Photo Dom. Shout out to Dom for having us. Like I said, we want to do more events, more panel discussions and stuff like that, more workshops. We got some workshops coming up this month, so make sure y'all follow Photo Dom.
Sure.
Subscribe to the mailing list for more in-person events and stuff like that. Shout out to Wes for being here. Shout out to Wes for creating this tangible piece of
Cop that dub
artwork.
sack.
You know, it's important, especially in, like I said, in the digital age, that artists continue to just push the limits and the boundaries and get back to, I guess, what once was the norm
Hey
of
yo,
just
for what
putting
it's
out
worth,
tangible
it's gonna be a history book one day.
history book. That's a fact.
50 years from now, we gonna be in vending machines, fam. This book is gonna be the only artifact of a life that once was.
Because when these digital apps go away, when for some reason these digital apps just disappear, the only art that's going to be left is the art that was printed, the art that was tangible, you know. So print your work, print your photos.
Word.
It's not real till it's printed or till it's in your hands,
That's
like
right.
the homie said. But yeah, man, thanks for being here. We here. Feel free to chill. We
Hey,
here.
thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Oh, we still tapped in. Thank you everyone for showing up. I appreciate all your beautiful faces, man. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with little old me. How many of y'all is that? Yo, y'all want to take? Let me think. What can I do? Because I got to make some bread, yo. Oh, why? Why? Hey, look, so are we still live, bro? Are we still live? Nah, yeah, turn it off. I can't. I can't. Come on, man. Listen, look. Yo, everybody that tuned in, I love y'all. Thank you.